Hi everyone, well, this is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into Bitcoin. Once again, thank you for support. Big up the CoinsKid crew. So we're over 2,500 Patreons, 50,000 subs, 50,000 followers, sorry, on Twitter, and almost 225,000 subscribers on YouTube, I think. So thank you for that. Thank you, every single one of you, and thank you for your really nice comments on that thought experiment video that I laid down yesterday for Bitcoin, okay, in this bull market that we do find ourselves in for Bitcoin, okay. And a lot of people think that this is a bear market. You know, I don't think it is. I think it's a corrective phase of a bull market, this particular section of the bull market that we've gone through, just like this was a corrective phase of a bull market as well. I think you're looking at a very similar rinse repeat sort of scenario here for Bitcoin, providing we can hold key level support right now. You know, this is what I think we've got in front of us just here. We found a foundation, broke up, we created another foundation, and with that we hold it and we've got the continuation. So, you know, until we lose a key level support, this is what I'm expecting for Bitcoin. I do think, you know, we obviously there's a bit of manipulation at play here, as you're fully aware, or whatever you want to call it. This pattern is playing out identically. Okay, so it's a more condensed version of this, and this is why I do forecast basically. You know, I've not got a crystal ball, but what I've done is some technical analysis, you know, some calculations basically to tell you when I do think that Bitcoin will bottom out here and when I do think you're going to bolt. Basically, I think you're looking around about the 2nd of October, which is a week tomorrow, I believe. I do think you're going to put in the absolute low of this correction, and then I do think you're going to sort of rally, roll over, have a little bit of a higher low, and at that point this is where you're going to start to form wave 3, okay, for Bitcoin. But honestly, I could be completely wrong, but if you do refer to the thought experiment video that I did yesterday, this is basically using them calculations to work out the low and the breakout point. Now, equally, you know, we've got the 0382 fib time extension there that also forecasts this particular time as well. And coupled with that, this particular, you know, formula I worked out for this particular condensed version of this gives this time frame as well. So it's all playing out, you know, and with this low here, the absolute low in this correction just here, where it was this swing low, which was the technical target that I gave you of a massive head and shoulders, okay. I made a thumbnail way up here saying put some cheeky bids on at 28,800, and boom, it absolutely come down there, okay. Golden. So right now I'm telling you, you know, you're doing exactly the same thing again, but you are on a journey basically, and if you can hold support, you're looking at rinse repeat, and at that point I think we're looking at a breakout, or are we looking here at this doing this? This is what we don't know, you know. We all want this to continue, fantastic, but it's always it always exists is the possibility of losing this key level support and rolling over right here, okay. Don't envision it, because I think that Bitcoin is extremely strong. I think that you've forming wave 1 here, you wave 2 here, and at this point you're going to start to form wave 3, and you're getting up out of here towards the end of the year. Like I said to you, you know, come October, November, December is always relatively a good month for Bitcoin. A lot of people think this is a bear market. Like I've said to you, I don't think it is. I think it's a complete corrective phase of a bull market. Like this was a corrective phase of a bull market, because we've got a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. You know, right now we are putting in wave 5. We are starting wave 5, just like this wave 3 was started down here. Look, see wave 3, capitulation because of Corona. You was creating that foundation just there for continuation, and I think that this is where you are. So unless we have any sort of Corona, you know, 2.0 basically, or war or famine or meteorite land on Earth or anything like that, I do think we're going to hold support and we're going to get continuation right here, okay. But there is always the risk, and I'll always tell you this, because just here, you know, you don't have to look and you can see a potential head and shoulders pattern. Look at this, come down, do something like that, just like you did here. Look, loads of people, I remember Peter Schiff, you know, all the bears were calling for a head and shoulders just there, but what happened, it held support and it bolted, didn't it, you know, and it invalidated. It's not necessarily invalidated because you're not putting a higher high than this yet, you know, so it's still kind of there, but it sort of bolted and invalidated that particular pattern, you know, this massive monster head and shoulders pattern, which so many technical analysis were pointing towards. Yeah, it ran head and shoulders and it broke out, didn't it? Broke that high basically. So, you know, potentially, I'm not going to lie to you, I'll always tell you what I see. If you roll over here and you come to our technical target, this swing low, just like this did, okay, and you consolidate down here, and you sort of create a double test and hold this support line just here. If you hold that, great, but if you start to lose that, yes, you're putting in a massive head and shoulders, and your technical target, you know, will be entering a bear market, and you will be looking at this particular potential target minimal. You'll be down there at 22k. Okay, so if that comes, if that bridge comes, we will cross it when it comes to it. Do you understand that? But at the minute, if you're holding support, which is what you are doing, you know, you're looking at continuation. This is hopium. This is hopium. This, my friend, where you are, is not hopium. Okay, this is a technical target that you're in down to this trend line. Okay, now you come down to that trend line just like you did this trend line, this level of support down here where you bottomed out. Okay, if you hold it like you did here, you are not going to go lower. Do you understand that? You hold it, you didn't go lower. You hold this, you're not going to go lower. You're going to get continuation to the upside. And people forget that things that go up have to come back down. Go up, come back down, go up, come back down, go up, come back down. You know, at the end of the day, Bitcoin has had a correction just here. Okay, this wave 4 correction came down, and right now you're on the cusp of putting in a high. Okay, you got a low, and right now if you come down here and you bounce off this is a higher low, and then you break up here, you know, you break this high, you're forming a higher high. So, you know, you're bullish coming down like this. Do you see this? So for me to say you're going to roll here is opium. It's opium, and that's what the bears are living on. The bears are living on hopium. I'm not a bear or a bull, to be honest with you. I've got my long-term targets, my projections, you know I have, but all I do is read what I see. Okay, and so far so good. It's playing out, isn't it? You know, so yeah, it's all about this sort of retest down here, this low. If we can hold this, we're looking at continuation. If we lose this, that looks a little bit naughty, but if we do lose this, then that is not good, isn't it? But you know, I've not got a crystal ball. I don't know if we're going to lose that. Personally, I think we're going to hold it because we've held this low, and the FUD could not push us any down any lower than that. You know, the FUD from China, Elon Musk, could not get us any lower than this base level 30k, which is a 1.272. So what the hell is going to get us any lower than this? Do you understand that? So that's basically Bitcoin. At the minute, this is a cheat sheet. I do think that potentially, you know, not got a crystal ball, but I did say to you, you're going to get caught between a rock and a hard place here. You're going to get caught between a range. Bitcoin's going to range, and I think you're going to test the highs and you're going to test the lows. Okay, and at that point, when you break out, you break this high, you create a beautiful double bottom like you did down here. Look, boom, 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 break that, go on, back test, see you later. So you'd probably do something similar where you come up, back test, see you later, put in the new high, which is the new all-time high, you know, by the end of sort of November there. Who knows? No one knows, do they? But as long as you roll over in your D and you hold key levels of support, you're fantastic for continuation here for Bitcoin. So yes, so that's Bitcoin, that's covered. So yeah, round about here, I think on the 2nd of October, you might be putting in the low, which is this technical target, this head and shoulders that you're actually in right now, and then you roll over, and then on the 11th, 12th of October, roughly around that date, given our calculations through the thought experiment, you may start potentially seeing that there's breakout here for Bitcoin. Equally, you lose this low, that's negative, you know, that is negative, but again, hopium, isn't it? You know, so that's Bitcoin. What I'm going to do is look on a different chart and see what we see. Okay, so yeah, Bitcoin did rally to this neckline, like I said to you, you know, that could offer a fantastic little short up, because I think you may get rejected at that, and you could be looking to come down to retest this trend line, well, this basically technical target of head and shoulders that you're actually in. It's around about 17% short up right there, so it's looking good, because what you're doing here is you're creating a waveform down, up, down, rally, down, potentially something like that, putting that low that I'm on about, you know, and then roll over, lovely little W bottom, break out of this trend line, which is a falling wedge, okay, which is a bullish reversal pattern, boom, 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 break out, see you later. You broke out of one here, look, boom, 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 broke out. What did you do? You retrace to this high. Now if you do that, okay, if you start to do that, what are you doing? Like I said to you, you come up here, you break that level of resistance just there, you break out, you break this high. What are you doing? You're forming higher highs and higher lows. Okay, you flip the switch, you've had your correction, boom, 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 wave 4, and right now you're confirming the upside with the wave 1, wave 2 and wave 3. See you later, alligator. You're looking at 107k, aren't you, minimal, before we get a correction, wave 4, and then the blow off top, wave 5 to 200k plus, I think, in the middle of next year, or whatever it was. I forget what it is. I've done that many different thought experiments lately. It's all covered in the thought experiment that I did yesterday on Bitcoin. So yeah, it's basically Bitcoin. It's so far so good. It's playing out to an absolute T. And yeah, I do think you're putting in wave look like this. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, you got your wave 1, your wave 2, your wave 3. Where are we? We had that wick down to there. Wave 4, and potentially right now you might be on the cusp of wave 5 down to this low here by the 2nd of October. Start to come up like this. Let me show you. Start to come up, hit that, rally back into a double bottom just there, breakout, you're breaking out of a beautiful double bottom, you're breaking out of a rising falling wedge, you're retracing to this high, and then you're forming a new impulsive wave. So I think minimal 66k, isn't it? So yeah, this is what we're looking at until we're not. Okay, so it's playing out like that at the moment. This particular level of support for me is absolutely critical for me at the moment. If we do sort of come down there, we bounce off it and we hold it, wow, wow, it could be really good, because like I said to you, you start to roll over there, you're creating a lower low, and you're starting to come down, and you start to fall into this trend line and start to come down here. You've basically creating a reversal wave with a technical target down here to 24k of the 1618, and then equally you're creating a big massive head and shoulders pattern just here with a technical target of around about 20k, isn't it? So, but that's hopium. Take care everyone, hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Back soon with another update on Bitcoin. Bye bye.